Welcome to our campervan restoration project, where Lucy and I take a banged up Renault Trafic 2004, it's over 20 years old, and try and turn it into a nice livable space with an engine that works, that's going to get us all the way down to the south of France and around Europe and back again later on this year. And this is part one. Yeah, we just bought a banger van. It's a bit of a beast, to be fair, and it is a Renault Trafic. It's got giant wheels on it at the moment. We're going to do a restoration on it, or at least turn it into a usable camper van for future adventures. We've got a European adventure in mind. So anyway, this is it's a bit dirty. It's a bit of a dump, to be fair. So we're going to do it up, and here's our video. And this is the van. As you can see, I've been ripping out the interior, and this is what we are left to work with. We've got about a 3 metre by 2, about 1 3/4 metre space in the back, about 3 metres, and we're going to put in swivels, hopefully put in some swivel chairs. That increases the space. We've got blackout windows with blackout curtains. Although they might, I don't know, we'll keep the curtains, they're alright. Yeah, I can watch them. And there have been animals living in the back of this, rats and stuff. And so we're ripping it out. And yeah, big roof rack. That's a bit rotten. There has been, oh, we've got damage. Only just found this to the windscreen, and it broke down as we was driving it home. Yeah, so the omens are good. Hey, Lucy? She's not talking to me now. And now we've ripped all the inside lining out. We've ripped all of what was on the floor here, which is now down here. We're just sweeping it through, and we're off to the power washer, jet washer. And in here, to be honest, was minging. So Lucy's done an amazing job at cleaning all this up. So yeah, we're going to power wash the whole vehicle. So this is the state of the interior after we've ripped out the carpet and some of the insulation. It wasn't insulated properly at all, but it has got these sound deadening boards inside. Lucy is hard away. We are scrubbing off all the glue in the carpet, and Lucy is determined to convince me that we don't need to do that. We could just paste stuff over the top. Okay, which you could probably get away with. Well, I suspect you're asking for problems if you do that. But as you can see, now we've ripped everything out. It's much cleaner inside, isn't it? It's much nicer than it was. Okay, so we've finally got to the good part of the van conversion. And we've spent the last week cleaning it, running around, panicking about batteries and coolant levels and stuff like that, because there are some problems with this van. But Lucy couldn't wait any longer. Yeah, because she was like literally like she'd had like 10 Red Bulls this morning, I reckon, running around like a maniac, and it's because she wants to just get on with it. Yeah. So we have started. We've cleaned the van. We've put sound deadening on. Some of the sound deadening was already on the van. We've kept that. And now we're using Dodo Matte 3.5mm foil insulation. It's very good stuff, very sticky. And so that's what we're doing at the moment. Yeah. How are you getting on?
Well, I've got to cut it to the right shape and get it behind these bars.
Okay.
So it's a little bit tricky.
It's very sticky stuff.
And we're finding things in the holes. Like basket wheels and the pipes.
all that off. Yeah. And in it goes. Is they in now? Yeah. And the sound deadening we're using again is Dodo mat, the British soundproofing company. This is called their Dead-Ezy system, which is supposed to be dead easy apparently, but it's so sticky.
And the back of the paper doesn't come off completely in one piece. It comes off.
Yeah, that was a problem. That's been a problem. So we'll stick some of the sound deadening on. Important we get rid of all the air bubbles underneath, because that's what you're trying to protect this surface from. You don't want air bubbles, or you don't want air, cold air in particular, touching it, because condensation will form and that's how you get mould. Oh, this soundproofing stuff's much easier to use than the insulation, and it's not as sticky as well. That one will go in, that's fine. Different size panels. And we've got this bracket that they've got this horrible bit of metal holding the ladder on. That's going to have to come off. Sounds much better, doesn't it? Compared to this one. You can hear a massive difference. Yeah. It's much less tinny. It's not like a drum. No. So Lucy, what's your fascination with camper vans and old bangers? Not just camper vans, old banger camper vans. Yeah. Well, the first one that you see as well.
I think no, to be sarcastic.
All right.
I think camper vans give you a certain amount of freedom, because if you feel like getting away from it all, you can literally just drive away from it all, and you can just get away from everything and set yourself up somewhere beautiful and have that freedom, and then just stay there for a few days and cook and make a cup of tea and see something different. And I like old classic vehicles because I think they've got more character. I don't really like modern vehicles. I think they all look the same. I can't tell any difference between any of them. And I think because I like looking at old 1950s, 60s and 70s vehicles. I think they had so much more character and probably so well built as well back in the day. Now everything's probably made really cheaply. If you think about the wood and leather that used to go into old cars, amazing. It was like craftsmanship. So I just always like looking at old vehicles. I think they've just got a lot of character and probably tell a few stories. And
in the event of a nuclear war,
yes,
we can drive off somewhere.
Yes, that's it. Apparently they will survive an electromagnetic pulse or a solar flare that causes that. And preparing for every eventuality, just in case, I think it's a good idea. This one's got a computer in it, unfortunately, but it's pretty basic because it's 2004. So, unfortunately, I can't go too old with a camper van because you end up spending a fortune trying to restore it.
Yeah, well, we're going to end up spending a fortune on this one probably.
I have the oldest camper van I had was a Roma home. That was 1991, I think, and it was a classic. It was lovely, and yeah, I just like the design that goes into it, and there's just a lot more thought with the fabrics and materials, whereas now everything's just plastic.
Now you can see the fine work of Lucy, and we've put in the Dodo mat, Dead-Ezy 3.5mm foil insulation. We've just started doing the wheel arch, and under there, look, back door. We just need to do this. This is what it looked like before. Excuse the mess in the van. We've just got to put some deadening on this wheel arch and just put all the foil insulation down here. And then we can get on with putting in the eco-fill, which is like a plastic foam type filling, you know. So it's like this stuff. So we've got to fill all the cavities with that. And then we've got to make templates for all the walls and panels, because we're planning to make our own walls and panels. We're not going to buy them. We've got some laminate flooring that we want to use, so we're going to cut that into place, into shape, cut that into shape, and then we're going to fit that. So that's our job for the next couple of weeks.